Hey, thanks to our sponsors at Overdogs.bet, the only place on the planet with exotic MMA prop bets. Sign up now for beta and free play. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because the King of Violence told you to do so. Show some love to the Overdogs Podcast, baby.
I was in UFC 299 watching the fights, and Sean Shelby called me and he said, hey, do you want a spot in UFC 300? And I said, oh, hell yeah, give me that spot, you know?
Shout out to you for that.
I would love to be on the SWAT team fighting the bad guys. That's true, and that's 100% what I'm going to do after I'm done. It will be good for MMA fighters join police force to teach some of these police officers some jiu-jitsu, some boxing. I have seen videos of untrained people trying to restrain like an offender or something like that, and they don't know what to do. I want to be the number one, not because of the belt again, because of the money. And I know people gonna get mad at me and say, hey Moicano, why are you saying that? Because I'm confident in myself. I don't have time to fucking lose.
How bad was the Dragon Ball Z movie? That real? Remember, I forgot they did one.
The Real People.
Yeah, the real live action movie. Wasn't that like horrible or something?
I'm not a hater, bro. I'm like, it's the storyline. It's like their attempt. It can only get better. They got to do another. And the One Piece Netflix show, the actors are great at their parts. It's like the show was like spot on with the cartoon. It was fantastic. I like that shit. I binge it though.
That's the one on Netflix, right? That's the one on Netflix.
Yeah, One Piece. Yep.
What's the best one on Netflix?
And the new Avatar one is.
Yeah.
I think it's a series. It's just like the show though. They're doing it just like the show. So they're remaking these cartoons and like the episodes play, scene for scene, and you're like, oh, they're doing that really good. It's like, that's crazy.
Dude, like I've said before, I don't really watch. I forgot about Avatar. I used to watch that when I liked that one. So I wonder if I watched it.
I'm just a dreamer, bro. I just be dreaming. Like, I want to be a hero and have some superpowers. Shout out Mark Coleman.
I was going to bring that up next. Nice foray. Nice.
He's come back. He's awake. He's, very emotional and happy and to be, and hopefully because he was like gurgling while he was talking and breathing.
Yeah.
So God bless him, man. Shout out to Mark Coleman, old UFC champion at the heavyweights. What did he beat? He beat Brock?
No, he beat oh man, it's been so long.
Or Brock actually beat him back for the belt again. It was crazy.
No, that was Couture. I think. Let's see. Mark Coleman was too early for Brock, I think. Like he was back in the day when who was it? Like Pat Smith, maybe? Like
who am I thinking of? Shane Carwin?
Yeah.
Shane.
Shane Carwin. Yeah, no, he didn't fight. He fought Fedor. I mean, dude, some of the people he fought, Jesus Christ. So he lost to Randy Couture, Stephan Bonner. He beat him, but these are the guys he's fought. Randy Couture, Stephan Bonner, Mauricio Shogun Hua, Fedor, it looks like twice, I think, or Fedor at least once. Mauricio again, Mirko Krokop, Don Fry, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. Like, dude, damn, he's been in there with some monsters, bro. Pedro Rizzo, Pete Williams, that was the head kick KO. Maurice Smith, Dan Severn, Gary Goodridge, bro, all-time legend.
Shout out to... So I spoke with Dan Severn once. Dan Severn said it's his cousin. I grew up thinking that it's his brother, Dennis Severn. Shout out to Dennis, man. I guess his son reached out to me, man. He might be in hospice. We want to, keep hope strong for him. And my dog, Dennis Severn, man, from out there in Michigan. He just, these old age, man, is catching up a lot of people, bro. I told my pops this morning, I'm trying to live till I'm 100 and something.
It's probably doable. I mean, you're pretty fit. You take care of yourself, you have to. I'm probably going 65,
I'm pretty rough on my body.
Yeah. But in like the good way. Like, well, I don't know. No, I know. Okay.
Both ways. Hey,
well,
yo.
I pray you make it 100 years. The world needs 100 years of Mike Perry. That's for fucking sure.
No, I mean, whatever happens, man, we got to live day at a time. Take it as it comes. Try to be good. You know, I built my, I could have played the game last night, but instead I got a game or two in, and it's like sometimes it feels good once you start being productive and you get things done. I built a dollhouse. Shit was step by step, little screws here and there. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like a dollhouse and a kitchen set, right? It's not that hard, not that big a deal.
It had to get done though.
You got stuff breaking around the house and stuff like, I own a house now, so it's like, oh man, I got these 30-foot ceilings or whatever, and it's like when I gotta change a light bulb, I gotta call someone who's gonna charge me $200 just to come look at what they gotta do. And then they gotta go to Home Depot and get all the stuff. I can't do it myself, man. I'll fall or something. Introducing Renato Moicano. Hello,
what's up,
my brother?
What's up, my brother Mike Perry? What's up, Mac Malley?
What's
How
up,
you guys
brother?
doing?
Doing
Fantastic.
good, man. How are you? We was just talking about life. I was talking about how I built a dollhouse and you got to clean the house and the lights are so high on the ceiling. I got to call a maintenance guy just to come out and change a light bulb. How many
That's
Mike
money, my
Perrys
brother.
does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know. You tell me, my brother. You tell me.
Just a couple Benjamin Franklins, man.
Yeah, but I know you're getting money off Barinoco, right? You make huge money off Barinoco, so you're fine.
I've been getting money. Yeah. Oh, speaking of money, I was reading some stuff on you, and you actually took like your first $1 million and invested it in Bitcoin. So you must be doing pretty good right now, man.
My brother, that was just a bait on Twitter, my brother. That was a bait on Twitter. I wish I had 1 million Bitcoin. Right now, I would be happy as fuck, my brother. But unfortunately, that was just a tweet, my brother.
No, man. Oh, man. So, well, you can still get on, man. It's still going up. It's still
going up, brother. I have been buying Bitcoin since 2021, and I buy every month, a little bit, because I don't know how to read the charts and stuff. So every month I put a little bit, and I hope one day that shit goes to 1 million or something.
Let's go.
That's all you gotta do, brother. Just keep depositing a little bit in there. So, yeah, man. Speaking of that money, man, you're gonna be getting some money here soon. Let's talk about the fights. Let's talk about combat sports and mixed martial arts and martial arts. What do you think about boxing? What do you think about
The Ngannou fight?
Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal boxing match?
I think that's a great matchup. I see Masvidal beating Diaz any day of the week in boxing, I know Diaz is durable, is tough. I have a lot of respect for Diaz, but I think like in the MMA fight between the two, I think Masvidal is a level above Diaz, even on boxing, right? And I think it's great. I like boxing. I like all combat sports, to be honest with you. And if we're talking about money, we have to talk about boxing, right? I don't know how and why they make so much money than MMA fighters, but boxing is for millionaires, right? Everybody that wants boxing because that where is the money is. I don't know why they get so much money. But eventually, if they invite me to fight box, I would 100%.
Is that a goal? Like, do you want to, or is it just, money Moicano
No,
just going for
just
the paycheck?
money. Just money. My goal, my goal is like after my fighting career, I don't have to work. I have time to and freedom to enjoy my family, and the things that I like to do. So for me, combat sports, I am a fan of combat sports. I like to watch, but I have to be honest with you. To me, is business now. It's business, and I want to get as much as money as possible, you know. So because I see, we as a fighter, we see a lot of fighters that they stop their careers and they are you know, they don't know what to do, and they don't have money, so they have to keep chasing paychecks and bad fights, and I don't want that, you know. It's too much damage on their head. So I love what I do, but I want money.
I understand it, but you gotta be about the lifestyle too. I know you are. You do. Are you a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I would assume?
Yeah. No, I love the lifestyle. Like I was talking today at the gym, I was talking to somebody and saying, man, fighters, they have the best life, right, that you could ask. You know, you train, you do what you like, and then you go home and you spend your whole day like resting or studying or with your family. So because I remember back a day in school, like I was going to the school and I hated, you know, go over there and be stuck on a classroom. Imagine in a regular job doing that for your whole life and like not enjoying it, you know. So I'm rather 100% fighting the ring than to get a job.
Hell yeah. Do you really want to be a cop? You know,
I really want to be a cop. I really want to be a cop, man. That's something that most people don't realize, and especially Americans. I think they think they are granted this freedom. You know, they are granted the free speech. They are granted, like, especially people don't realize how important it is. Like live in a place like America for some people, me included. So I want to give back to society, like doing stuff that I like. I would love to be on the SWAT team fighting the bad guys. That's true, and that's 100% what I'm going to do after I'm done. But I hopefully not for the money, right? Hopefully a lot of money just to give it back, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. That was an excellent speech, man. It was one of my favorite speeches. You know, that went viral after your last fight. You got a bunch of comments. I mean, you got like one governor or something said she would hire you first day if she got hired. Did you see that type of stuff?
I see that. That. That's crazy, you know? That's crazy because I know politics, this is important, you know, because if you don't have politics, you have war. So politics... But for me, it's the most dirty job that you can do, you know, be a politician, because and that's why I like fighting, because if you have trouble with somebody, you go over there and you fix the trouble, you know, fighting. But politicians, they tell you what you like to hear, you know, what you want to hear. So I don't know. I don't know if I would ever go to the politics, but I think a lot of stuff that I say, it's politics too, right? But it's not party. It's about principles. I have principles that I like to speak, and I think a lot of the MMA fighters do too.
Well, fighting is like politics, and you know, principles in fighting. You should have principles in technical fighting and mental warfare, and you know, you should have these principles that you hold yourself up to keep yourself safe and ahead of the game, and you know, see anything like bad coming. So, and it's very honorable that you want to be a cop. I mean, that's a dangerous job. It can be. I had friends who are cops, and you know, a friend of mine showed me a video where he was out on his first, he had a rookie with him. It was a female rookie, and he goes to this call to talk to this guy who apparently just got out of prison for like 10 years. And he's a muscular, probably crackhead. And, you know, those guys have energy for days, dude. He wasn't skinny or scrawny. He was just on drugs. And that's tough to deal with. And he has to grapple with the guy and wrestle him to the ground. He gets him to the ground. He's on his back, and like the guy's on his chest, like trying to get out. And the rookie pepper sprays both of them. So he's wrestling with the guy, and he's got pepper spray, and the guy's got pepper spray, and they got to get the cuffs on him. That's intense stuff, man. So let's keep the world a safe place, eh? Shout out to you for that. That's a big dream.
And that's why I think it will be good for MMA fighters join police force to teach some of these police officers some jiu-jitsu, some boxing, because I have seen videos of untrained people trying to restrain like an offender or something like that, and they don't know what to do. So to me, it's very important that these cops, they have to be trained, and I don't know if you guys know Marlon Moraes, of course, like he was a contender on UFC. He's a good friend of mine, and he just joined the police force, and that's why I start to thinking about that. You know, he's done with his fighting career, and now he's doing his training to be a police officer.
Wow.
And that's awesome. Maybe I think next week we go into the where they training, you know, to teach some techniques, because that's very important, and that's a very important message to everybody, that America is just a safe place if you have police officers that are willing to die to make you safe. And I see a lot of people talking shit about the police. I don't like it personally, because and I'm from Brazil. Brazil, the criminality in Brazil is crazy. I was just talking to a friend today on the gym that in Brazil, if you don't have like criminal record and you kill somebody, you know, you don't spend 5 years on the jail, on the prison. So this is fucked up, and I think, and that's why I was saying on my speech that there is right and there is wrong, you know, and you have to go on the right direction. That is a formula to this. That's why America is great, and I want to keep America great, because I have a son, I have a family, and I want to be living here for the rest of my life. And even though I will never be American, even if I, you know, get the nationality, I will never be American, because I'm a Brazilian and I love Brazil.
Disagree.
You know, I love Brazil, but I respect
you're
what
Brazilian American, man. It's all good.
Yeah, you could be both.
Exactly.
It's all good.
No, but I mean,
man.
I don't feel because I didn't born here.
But that's
my
the beauty of America. That's what America is. A lot of people hate a lot of people because they say that whoever did whatever, and now we're all here in America. It's obviously just has this gravitational pull that everyone wants to get a hold of. And, you know, so yeah, do count your blessings. It is great to be here in the USA, and you know, I've been a lot of places in the world though, and people are nice no matter where you go. But there's also crime no matter where you go. So you just gotta keep your head on a swivel, right?
Yeah, and but especially in Brazil, because I think the root of all problems in Brazil, and don't get me any wrong, I love America, but I love Brazil. I miss Brazil. My family is on Brazil, but I think corruption and I don't know how to say that, but people that commit crimes don't go into the jail, don't go to the jail. Like, everybody thinks, that's okay, I could do that too and get away. So I think that's the main thing, you know. People are not punished in Brazil. And I see, and I think, because in America it's very different. The other day, like a couple years ago, I was at some place here and I saw a police officer asking something for the woman. I think it was an old woman, but she was doing something wrong on the restaurant, right? She was screaming or something like that. And the police officer say, hey, please go outside. And she started to try to push the police officer. And then he got the lady on the armbar or something like that, you know, to restrain her. In Brazil, you would never see that. You would never see a cop touch a woman, because if he did that, he would be fucked. You know, he would be a fuck. He would be, and I think America is going where Brazil is, if you can understand my broken fucking English.
No,
you know?
You're right. It's going there. We're not punishing criminals anymore, and that's why it's running rampant now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that, you know. like it's like an MMA rule, you know. If you can knee a grounded opponent, people will do it. You know, if you can't, people are not gonna do. So if you take it easy,
but it's life or death. It's life or death. And you said you don't know. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, people talking shit about the police, but then you say the guy was armbarring the woman. It was a male cop armbarring the female to subdue her.
Yes.
So
yes.
I mean, sometimes cops, you know, I don't know about the armbar, but like sometimes cops can be a little aggressive to, you know, hit someone, even a woman, because women can be aggressive too, and they can be clawing your eyes out or stabbing you with little knives, and you gotta subdue them, you know. So that's why that's politics, right? There's two bad sides. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
That's why Moicano would be so great for like people with this type of energy, and like you said, teaching Brazilian jiu-jitsu and techniques like that to officers. You know, half the time you see those, you know, the cop is like struggling to get someone and like subdue them or control them, so they have to resort to something crazy like punching them, like Mike said, or tasering them. Where if someone knew how to fucking drag someone down, you know, and put them in a figure four,
I would still use the taser. Get down. You know where they be running and then they get hit with the little shooter taser and they be like, and they stiff the ground. Oh man.
I think that's the worst part to join the police officer, right? Because they have to tase you too, so you have a taste of what it's like, and I think that's
me. And
really
without going to jail. I wanted to try and have them tase me and see if I could take it.
I think that shit is terrible, my brother. Imagine that. Bro.
Yeah, I know. It makes me want to try it. It does.
Yeah.
It tests yourself how strong you are. So we had some notes prepared on some of. So you're fighting
Jalen
Turner.
Banger matchup. Yep.
And
UFC 300 too. So the biggest fucking card ever.
UFC 300. Yes, UFC 300. They just offered me that fight. I was in UFC 299 watching the fights, and Sean Shelby called me and he said, "Hey, do you want a spot in UFC 300?" And I was not like really training or nothing, but he called me, he called my manager and say, "Hey, he wants the spot. He needs to say now because we're gonna announce on UFC 299. I said, "Hell yeah, give me that spot, you know. The time is not the best and it's a tough opponent, but I believe in myself and I have been asking to fight more, and gladly UFC gave me this fight. I think it's a great matchup for me. I think I'm going to be on the top 10 after this performance. And UFC rankings, they are absolutely making no fucking sense. Dan Hooker just passed Jalen Turner without fighting. And I don't know how it works. It's politics again, but I want to be the number one, so I will beat the number 10 and keep climbing. You know, not because of the belt again, because of the money. I want pay-per-view points, you know, and I want to get rich off this stuff.
Yes, don't we all?
Yeah.
Nothing
Go
like
ahead,
that
Mike.
fight check. You fight, and then you're good for a little while.
You're good for a little while. Then you have to...
No, I'm sorry, Moicano. Then you have to...
No problem. No, then you have to fight again, right? Because it's our nature to fight, and I think, of course, we love money, but I love to fight, to compete, to test myself against the best. But like I say, it's a business. I don't have enough. I don't have many time. I have 34 years old. I'm getting older, so I have to fight as much as possible.
You know, that's one thing about like that I think about, because the time between fights is usually like 5 months, 6 months, or even longer. Some people, you know, once a year even. And then I think about wrestlers. And you brought up age. Wrestlers be really old too, and they be out there getting banged up, and they're doing it every week. They're doing it all the time, like every day they're practicing their wrestling, then they're going, they got I assume, some type of choreography. I don't really know how wrestling works like that, but they bang themselves up every week in and week out. And I saw a guy saying, who do you think could be a popular WWE character in, from the UFC? And the guy from the WWE was like, yo, I think they'd have trouble because they fight every 4 to 6 months, and we do it week in, week out. So I mean, I don't know. And I know part of my point is that the UFC and the WWE are like a collaborative thing now, and there's big money to be made in it. They have a big fan base. I want some of the viewers who watch this clip to be WWE fan base and say that they want Mike Perry and Renato Moicano to come over there and do a table match or something.
Let's go, my brother. I don't know how much money they make, but people say it's huge, right?
A lot.
And even though they are performing every week, there is no competition. I think what kills me about MMA is like you just get paid if you win. I think that's the worst, because you guys know that Mike Perry was a star in UFC. He knows that. So if you win, you get a money. If you lose, you get just half of the money, and that's too much for me, So if they pay like flat, I would fight every week too. Fuck. Winning or losing, I will be fighting every week.
Yeah, but the checks
since you just get
the same. I don't think that the wrestling checks are exactly the same unless and in every sport we're talking, I mean, NFL, NBA, there's more guys that are top of the top making 90 million or whatever those type of guys make. But in UFC, there's like a couple of guys at the top. The top 5 maybe make 5 million, 10. Yeah. Conor was an exception to that. Conor made 15 maybe. So I mean, even still in other sports, guys are getting 60, 80 million. Well, baseball has $700 million contracts.
700.
What the heck? Yeah. And fighting is the most competitive of them all. But you know what they take advantage of? It's our want. We like to fight. We want to get it out. It's our therapy. So we get paid to do it.
Man, I fought Jose Aldo for like 60,000, something like that. Jose Aldo, a fucking legend. And when they asked me, do you want to fight Jose Aldo? Of course I want to fight fucking Jose Aldo. And I was not even caring about the money. But nowadays I think differently, Nowadays it's about money because I have a family now. Back in the day, it was just me against the world. Now I have people to take care, so I have to be smart. And that remember me of Donald Cerrone saying that he got $200K to fight Conor, right? Because he want to fight Conor. But sometimes I think, like you say, fighters, they don't think about the money. They think about what they want, right? To fight the best, to be competitive. But I think that's a problem with fighting too.
Okay, well, so I got a question for both of you then. Like, obviously, fighter pay is one of the biggest, subjects that goes around the fan base, and the fighters, I know, feel certain types of ways about it. For both of you, how would you fix, in your opinion, and you don't have to rip on, the UFC or anything like that, but how would you fix fighter pay? Both of you. I want both of you to answer that one.
Well,
what would be like the bare minimum?
I think Cowboy Cerrone is a good example of someone who he fucking fought, and as many fights as he had, he never had the championship, which is crazy. But he just kept fighting, and he said, when he fought Conor, he got I think his purse was probably like 460. And, that's what he got for fighting Conor rather than other people who would fight him for, 2 million plus pay-per-view points. So I don't know if it's broken. I don't know if it's broken. It's just there's a certain money in boxing, and maybe it's because of the history of boxing, and there's no slowing. I mean, MMA is very entertaining. Don't get me wrong. It's very entertaining when you see but sometimes it can be boring. And I think that's because they are paying a lot of new people. So if they, fixed fighter pay comes with time in the sport and career. And I mean, Moicano built his name up over time, which is why he's talking about the money now. Because back before he fought a Jose Aldo, he was like, I'm going to be able to say I fought a Jose Aldo. I don't care about the money. I want to fight Jose Aldo. Now he's someone that we know we can count on when we buy a show, that he's going to give us a show. And these new people come in, they're like, yeah, UFC, 10 grand. And then they put on like a lackluster performance, or sometimes your star is born, I guess.
Yeah, to me, it's like Mike Perry say, I think it's time, I don't like people saying that you have to have a union or nothing like that, because in the end of the day, I think your value, you have to find by yourself, right? If you think you're worth more than are paying, go to another organization, try to see your real value on the market. And the truth is, I think UFC is the best promotion, so not only because of the money, because maybe some people are getting more money on PFL, like Francis Ngannou, but I think the media, like the amount of people that are watching UFC, that's money too. Even though it's not directly money, you could use that money in other areas, the exposure. So UFC is still the biggest platform, and if you want to grow, like Mike said too, like if you're beginning, you go to UFC, you could be starting 2-3 fights, right? Like a lot of these guys. So I don't know how to fix it. Maybe it's just time,
What do you think
UFC is too new.
Yeah. No, you're right. What do you think about, like I've heard before, like there should be just mandatory, like you should get a bonus maybe for like a KO or a finish or your win money. What if like just instead of win or lose, you get 50% of your pay? What if that went away and you just got an extra bonus, or they made the bonuses bigger if you made it spectacular, but your win money was essentially always guaranteed? I've had some fighters tell me that.
I think.
Yeah, please
go ahead.
Please go ahead, brother.
No, so I think the win bonus for me is the bigger issue. If they give me a flat purse, to me that will fix everything, because sometimes you have a fight and some judge are fucked up and they give it to the other guy, you have loss of your paycheck. So to me, like guarantee bonus, win bonus. That's for me is the thing that would be good for the sport.
I think I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Mike, I think it's. I remember it being intriguing to have, but don't get me wrong, because I'm not. I have my money when I go over there and fight now, so. I think it's ballsy, you got to fight for the other half of your check, and it's a big toss up, man. It's tough to be an MMA fighter, and it builds these guys and that who end up going into influencer or YouTube or boxing, they change sport and they have an attempt at a career in UFC. I mean, the people that UFC does keep, they're probably very well off, and they have, reoccurring revenue in their lives and streams in ways that the UFC helped them do it. I think the UFC could, has their foot in other doors too, and, kind of helps everyone the best they can while trying to make their dreams come true. People just bought the UFC and they have dreams for what it could be and who they could be and the type of yachts that they could get on whenever they want. So we all got dreams and we all got to fight for it, and we all get our opportunities in different ways. And sometimes I get mad and I yell at the UFC, and any frustrations you have really are inside yourself, for yourself, and it's something you need to deal with. So I think manifesting things in life can be real if you just find a way to don't waste your time and get up and build that damn dollhouse or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? Clean your room, fold your laundry, fucking clean the house, wipe the counters. And once all those things are done, once you get everything in order, watch how it all just purifies.
You guys kind of made me just think of something I hadn't previously thought of, but you both kind of have a parallel. Like, both of you were in the UFC for a long time. You were known by the fans. They knew who you were. But then within the last couple of years, both of you kind of hit just like the skyrocket. When you became Money Moicano, you started yelling into the mic after your fights. Now, you know, they're calling you a couple weeks out from UFC 300 saying, like, let's put you on the card. Renato, you've blown up. You know, Mike Perry blew up, went over to bare knuckle. Now he's making more money than he ever has. I don't know my specific question.
And he
but what are your
deserves,
thoughts
and
on
he
that?
deserves. I think, first of all, it's an honor to be here in Mike Perry podcast, Overdogs, because I see this man as the face of the bare knuckle. And it's going to be tough because he's fighting one of my coaches, like Thiago Alves, Thiago Pitbull.
Oh, yeah.
It's a guy that I have the ultimate respect for, and I hope it's a great fight. But to me, Mike Perry is the face of the bare knuckle, especially over a win over the guy that just fought in the UFC, and people saw how good he is. MVP, exactly. Of course, he was not kicking, right? But was a beautiful fight. Look how he holds. So I think you are, like I say, you build your brand in UFC, and now you're getting the money, the recognition, because everybody loves Mike Perry, right?
Thank you, brother. Speaking of MVP, the tall style, obviously MVP is very smooth and swift when he can do everything: kicks, knees, reverse elbows, jumps, whatever. In my opinion, Jalen Turner is tall, rangy, good fighter. How are you going to deal with that?
Tall motherfucker, he wants to knock me out. But guess what? I will finish him on the first round, my brother. And I'm calling here first. And I know people gonna get mad at me and say, hey, Moicano, why are you saying that? Because I'm confident in myself. I don't have time to fucking lose. And I'm going over there. I will finish him. And I will finish him in UFC 300. They're gonna give me the mic. And I will expand my brand. I will get bigger and bigger. And eventually, I will fight for the belt. I will fight for the belt. Not because I want the belt. Not because I want the status. Because I want money. That things got behind me. I don't want people praising my name just because I want to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I want pay-per-view points. I'm on this for money. And Jalen Turner is tough. Guess what? He's tough. He's durable. Knockout power. But I will beat him. Because I trust in myself. And that's why I signed the fucking contract.
You know what, Mike? Let's just do this right now because, you know, he just said again, no, fuck the championship belt. He wants money.
We got some money for you, brother. Our friends at Kenpai Pandas have an NFT for you.
The suspense, there it is.
Nice, my brother. That's awesome, my brother. Hey, that's awesome, my brother. I want that on my
wallet. It's worth about
$10,000.
That's about $10,000 right there, and you can sell it, keep it, whatever you want.
No, I'm not gonna fucking sell it. Eventually, when Ethereum get like $10,000, this shit is going to be expensive, my brother. I will keep it for sure.
It's at $10,000 right now.
No. I mean the Ethereum, right?
Yeah.
The Ethereum is the crypto that people sell the NFTs, right?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
that's awesome, my brother.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, brother.
Yes, you're welcome. Well, our people are going to get it over to you, man. Get connected with you and get that sent to your crypto space. So,
oh, that's awesome, my brother.
Enjoy that, man. Yeah. Enjoy the money, brother. I love what you said. I love your response to Jalen Turner. That was hilarious. I'm just gonna smash. I'm gonna beat this guy in the first round, brother. I'm gonna get all the credit I deserve, all the money, and then I'm coming for the top. I get the belt and the money. I want the money. Fuck the fame. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, brother, and it's true, brother. I like to having fans, and I like people knowing me, but I like money more, you know, because money buys freedom, you know. Yeah. Money buys time, and I want that for me.
what's the number one thing you spend money on, if anything, or is it just family? Like, if you have extra money to blow, what are you gonna blow it on?
Man, I want to buy a new house. I live in a small house. I want a bigger house to enjoy with family and friends, to have more time. But right now in Florida, it's too expensive, so I need to beat Charlie Turner, like I say, and get a bonus so I can move.
Miami is the most expensive place in America right now.
Man, it's too expensive. When I first got here in 2018, I was saving money to buy a house, and I bought a house. But like 4 years later, now the same house is 3 times more expensive. So the market is just going crazy, and I don't know if it's going to cool down. I don't know if one day gonna get back. We never know, right?
Amen.
Money just keeps going up, man. So get yourself a piece. Get yourself a piece of the pie. Get you some assets, and just hold on to them for a few years. And then in a few years, you'll be chopping it up at the bank, man. So speaking of your friend and training partner, man, Thiago Alves, what are some really good things that he does in the boxing ring that I should watch out
for? Brother, I will stay off this because I respect you, but I respect even more Thiago Alves.
It was just a joke, and
I know.
For everyone watching, and me and Thiago, we're gonna get mean. I mean, he's a pit bull, right? And they say that dog got that Perry in him, and look at that. So I always think of my fights like a little bit of me fighting myself. It's me versus me, and I got a lot of respect for the things Thiago has done in his life, and this fight has been a long time coming, and it's bare knuckle boxing. It's going to be exciting. He has 2 bare knuckle boxing matches. He was a bare knuckle world champion, so I'm excited to put on a great show with him. And when we get that mic, we'll be in LA soon at a press conference, and so I'm excited awesome. For it, man. I'm happy to have you on the show too, one of his colleagues.
Thank you so much. I respect so much Thiago Alves because everything that he did, especially for American Top Team, he's been here since the beginning, and he helps everybody. He's a guy that helps everybody, and I remember him fight GSP. I think that was the first live show that I watched, was him against on TV. So I have been a fan of Thiago a long time, and the better man win. And for me, I wish the better man win. You guys go over there, fight each other to the death, and the better man win.
That's the attitude right there.
Fala, galera.
Fala, galera.
Boa. Let me say this real quick. So Ice Bags, we usually have another co-host here. He's the one that actually, got the NFT thing for you. He's the what would we say, Mike? Like the leader of Pandas for sure. But
he really is. He's the guy, man. He's a good dude, and he's trying to teach knuckleheads like myself how to. And Mac here too. Mac's a little bit of a knucklehead, so he's trying to teach guys like us, a path in life that we can take and help the family out. And he means well, and he does big business with important people. He's more fun with them than me. So
he's hilarious, bro. And he sent us a list of questions because he had to back out of this to go take care of some deal stuff, and he really regrets it because he's a big fan. But he dropped me a few questions, and so I'll just fire off a couple of these for you if you don't mind. These are from Ice Bags. So he said, if you beat Turner, who do you want next?
Man, I will beat Turner. And I don't know. I would say Michael Chandler, but I think Michael Chandler is thinking too much in Conor McGregor. McGregor is not gonna fight you any soon. You're getting older, So like I say, all UFC start to put these guys to fight or remove them from the rankings because there is a generation of fighters that want to be on the top 5 to be fighting for the belt. And I think Michael Chandler is a great fight for me.
I like that one because Chandler is sitting out. And he's at a good age, and he doesn't have that many UFC fights. He's got enough to know what he'll be up against. He wants to sit around and wait for Conor McGregor instead of fighting someone and being like, you can't keep running from me. But that would be a banger of a fight. Money Moicano versus Chandler.
That's what I think. That's what I think, you know. He needs to fight somebody because how long they have been announcing this fight and nobody's...
It's been like a year, dude. It's been because they did the whole fucking Ultimate Fighter and now it's been like 6 months since that.
Yeah, crazy. He needs to fight, you know, and I just have to get a finish, to get a good performance, and I will call him out.
So what is both of your takes on, you know, everyone, it could be a simple answer, but what are both of your takes, especially Moicano, like why is Conor taking so long to take that fight and why is Chandler so stuck on it when we just referenced Donald Cerrone fought Conor and didn't get a pay boost? Is it legacy? Why is Chandler holding out for so long and why is Conor stalling in your guys' opinion?
I think Conor... Probably he's on his last fight of UFC contract, so I'm pretty sure UFC doesn't want to let Conor go. So I think UFC is trying to make Conor sign another contract, you know, and that's why the fight is taking so long. And Chandler doesn't want to fight because he knows that's the money fight. I don't blame him. Of course, Conor McGregor is the money fight, like you say. If you get 2 million plus pay-per-view, that's going to be huge money. But at the same time, I would never do like Chandler is doing, brother. You know? Let's be honest. He's like fucking... He is on his knees asking for the fight. And I don't like that. I don't like that, the way he's doing, you know? Fuck that, brother. Fuck that and move on.
Amen. What about you, Mike? What do you think? Same?
I mean, just fight. But also, they may be... Like you're saying, if they're trying to get Conor to re-sign a new contract, Chandler's trying to get some of that forever money also. So maybe they're sitting around waiting for their opportunity to get that forever money. I mean, Conor's already got forever money. He's probably got a lot of it. So already, I mean, obviously he's got a lot now. So that's the goal, man. We got to build something. And even still, you know, my bank account, I'll see a random number in green or blue, and it says Zuffa. They still be throwing some change at your door. So, you know, we got the royalties.
That's awesome, my friend. That's awesome.
You got them. You get them too. You get the royalties.
Yeah. So, sometimes I love UFC, my brother. I never. Get tired of telling UFC changed completely my life, brother. If it was not UFC, I would be in trouble in life, my brother. So thanks God that is MMA and that is UFC. And like you say, sometimes they throw money at you, you don't even know what it is, and keep popping, you know. So, but the human nature is always want more. I want more money every time.
I'll never get tired of Moicano saying, I want money.
I want more. I want more money. Yes, because...
You said right there... sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you know, because how often are we really on yachts? Not really often. Not enough.
I live in New Mexico.
I need to go stay... you know, I need to get on a yacht every day for 2 weeks straight and then see how I feel about it.
I'll take the couch for 2 weeks straight. Cool
no, dude, popping champagne, boobies flying.
I can do that on the couch, dog.
Just everywhere. Oh, man.
All right, I still have a quick question from Icebags, but you said if UFC didn't come around, you would be in trouble, you know, like you would. What do you mean? What do you think you would be? Where would you be if you didn't have the UFC?
No, I mean, I would be in a job that I don't like, doing something that I don't love, and I will be miserable every day. Waking up, like doing something that is not meaningful or that I feel, because like fighting, you know, when I fight, I feel motivated. Every day that I have a fight, I feel. And I feel a lot of fighters are like that, like Volkanovski. Did you see the way he was talking about when he doesn't have a fight? He feel like, and I feel, I feel like that too. Like if I don't have a goal in life, I feel bad. When I have a fight, and I feel motivated. I want to train. I want to go over there to perform. So it's not like that I will be in trouble, but I would be in a bad place, living a life that I don't like, because I remember when I decide to put everything on the MMA career, I used to be a law school student.
That was Icepag's next question.
That was one of the
Let's
questions.
go.
When are you gonna go back to becoming lawyer Moicano?
Yeah, tell us the story.
Now it's more Officer Moicano, SWAT team Moicano.
He doesn't want to argue in the court. He wants to argue on the streets, bro. Because I do like to read and study, but at the same time, I remember when I was on the school studying, but I decided, I say, man, you cannot do two things very good, if you understand what I say. Like, you have to choose. And at the time, I remember talking to myself and say, hey, even if I don't make money, even if I would be poor, for the rest of my life, I will do the MMA thing because that's what I like to do. And I choose. And then when things start going right, when I dropped the law school and I start to dedicate 100% in MMA, and then I got into the UFC. So probably if I was not fighting in the UFC, I would be a shitty lawyer living a bad fucking life. Civil defense lawyer.
Yeah, like a fucking lawyer that doesn't do his job properly, because I do really believe that you have to try to be the best. Even if you're not the best, you have to go every day and try to be the best that you can. And that's what I do with fighting.
Makes total sense. What about you, Mike? If, the MMA thing never really took off, you never became platinum. You're always platinum. But where would you be?
That's my point. That's what I thought of when Moicano was saying that, because he would still be Moicano, and he'd find a way to that money, And now we got to find ways to it. Yes, there's nothing like that fight check, but we got to find other little intricate hobbies or things that we can be really good at in our own way, because sometimes two people are the best at something, but one is different than the other, and there's two kinds of best. And, something can be really good, but it's a person who makes it authentic, with their own spirit into what they put it into. So, whatever it be, like when I go out drinking, I am great. I have a great time. I can drink a lot because I really enjoy to drink and have fun. Yeah. So I'm good at parties, and I'm down to like make what would you call it? Not a party favor, but like do something stupid at the party that entertains everybody. Like do a flip off the house if we're all at the party. Oh, guys, watch this.
Platinum entertainment.
Platinum
promotion.
But another thing that I realized, that like everybody like that got to this level to be a UFC fighter or to be a world champion, everything that you do, you would do good, if you put the same dedication.
Right.
So it's a matter of choosing what you're gonna dedicate your life, and I choose MMA. So that's why I'm grateful with UFC. That was my dream, always been my dream to be UFC fighter. And now that I am UFC fighter, I want the gold. I want the belt, and I want the money and everything that comes with it,
Yeah, we're going to see Moicano on Pawn Stars after he wins the belt, walking in saying, how much this worth? I'm selling it. I don't give a fuck about it. I'll win another one. If I can, I will try to. I'm nobody, compared to you guys. And I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
You're
I worked
Malley,
regular
bro.
jobs. I became Mag Malley, but I know exactly what you mean, Moicano. I worked dead-end jobs that I didn't like, and there was just no point in everything. And one day I said, I got fired from a job. I didn't do anything wrong. I really didn't. It was a politics thing, just at that work environment. And I said, I'm not going to do this shit anymore. And then for some reason, my Twitter kind of started blowing up. And I said, I don't have to do this. I'll figure something out. And then now I'm sitting here. I do a podcast with Mike fucking Perry, and I got Moicano sitting here. I did exactly kind of like you said, man. I said, fuck all that. I'm going to figure this shit out. So I'm lucky as well. And shout out Mike Perry, shout out Ice Bags, shout out Campai, shout out Moicano. I mean, I'm lucky to be here, and I took your approach, except I don't fight, you know?
Yeah, no, but this is for every aspect of your life. If you don't like what you're doing, change it, because every day is like every day is a blessing. You have to choose to do what you love, because this is what life is, right? Do everything that you like every day, and try to be great on what you do. Sorry, my English is not on point today, my brothers.
No, your English is, you've literally not made a single mistake.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, we have no Portuguese at all.
No, I do. Chama and puta que pariu.
Chama. I like
First time
Chama.
Yeah, Poetan fucking, him and his sparring partner taught me that shit. Fucking puta que pariu.
Puta que pariu, yeah.
Let's go,
awesome,
dude.
my brother.
Yeah. Mike, you got
let me hear some Portuguese, bro, other than Chama. Let me hear some.
Puta que pariu.
Fala aí, galera. Fala, galera. Renato Moicano aqui. Estarei lutando no UFC 300 e finalizar o Jalintor no UFC 300.
Yeah.
I mostly know more Spanish. And again, I always lean on the sana colita de rana, sino sana hoy, sana mañana. You know, someone's pants.
I always lean on el que manda aquí soy yo. That's my go-to.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. What you got for him, Mike? We're not. How much time you got? If you need to bounce, you know, Moicano, you tell us. But what you got for him next, Mike? I don't want to take all the airtime here.
Man, you know, I learned a lot about Moicano, and I don't watch a lot of guys, but I've been keeping up with you because of your entertaining. You fight with an aggressive style, and you want to, you know. I had a friend who used to say, "Fight for that mic," and because closed mouths don't get fed, and you know, you started grabbing a hold of that mic and telling people, you know, how you felt, what you want, what you thought, and like, you know, just freedom to express your opinion, but not in the most cruel way. Some people can get a microphone and say outlandish things or things no one really wants to pay attention to. And, you know, you really found yourself in your moments and just expressing yourself freely. Whatever your heart had to say at that time is very real and down to earth and understandable for people. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, man. Keep doing your thing. We look forward to watching a fight with Jalen Turner. And you know, if there's anything that you haven't gotten off your chest that you would want to, anything you're planning on saying when you get that microphone and you want to tell the world how you feel and what you want, we want to hear it.
Brother, thank you so much for just asking me to be on the podcast. I never thought. I have been a fan of yours for a long time, and it's great that you have a podcast, and it's been a blessing, like you say. I think you summarize better than me the way that I'm looking to things. It's exactly that. I'm gonna tell what I feel. I'm gonna say what I want, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, it's not my problem. But I'm not gonna try to please, or not gonna try to trash on nobody. I'm talking about myself, and it's been an honor to be here in the podcast. I never thought that would get attention, you know, the things that I have to say, and especially being a podcast like you guys. Thank you so much for having me here. And I have just one more thing to say. Moicano wants money, so that's why I have the merch, moneymoicano.com. Go over there and buy some shit. A lot of people say about people don't support fighters, and the fighters pay. Guess what? Do something about it. moneymoicano.com and buy some fucking merch. That way you can help fighters. Yeah, and one more thing, I have a YouTube channel, Money Moicano. I do breakdowns. I like to do predictions videos. And if Mac and Platinum Perry If one day I could do a podcast on my show, to have you guys on my show, that would be awesome too. And I'm pretty sure I will get a lot of views. And views means money, right?
That's right. I'm there for you, bro. I'm there
love
for you,
it, man.
whatever.
I'd be happy to come on. And
before
I'm gonna go hit the merch store. I'm gonna get me some Money Moicano gear. I'm gonna hit the YouTube. I'm gonna hit the subscribe button. Shout out to Money Moicano, man. Go check him out.
Let's leave it on this last question for you, if you don't mind. I'm going to put a twist on one of Ice Bags. He sent 12. We asked you to because
that's
been
not
having a great
true,
conversation.
Mac. Because
What?
I asked many of those questions in regular conversation through, and I changed the wording, so maybe you didn't see them, but I asked those questions.
You did it incognito.
I don't
and
ask
I'm
the
going
tough
by
ones.
the list. Okay, well, here's the tough one. So he asked at the end. He said something like, what adjustments do you need to do? What adjustments do you need to make to get that championship belt, get to that level, to make that money? And what I'm looking at when I look at your record, I don't like bringing up people's losses or anything like that, but you guys are fighters. You know how this shit goes.
Yeah.
Your losses are only to fucking elite people. When you read off the people you've lost to, they're all former champs or people that are pretty much on the... Only one of them didn't fight for the title, Rafael Fiziev.
Yeah, and he's a monster.
He's a fucking
monster.
Yeah. So everyone else you've beat. So what's the adjustments you could make that you've only lost to elites? What little tweak can you make? What's different now?
Do what I'm doing now, because back in the day I care too much what people say. And I remember on Fiziev fight, people say that I could not hang with Rafael Fiziev on the feet, and I was trying to prove that I could, and I couldn't. He knocked me out. So you know what I will do different? Do my game plan. If I'm better than you on the ground, I'm gonna fucking take you down. If I'm better than you on the strike, I'm gonna strike. I don't care about anybody's opinions. I just care about the win. So I need to do some adjustments, of course, especially my ground and pound. I have been working on my ground and pound because back in the day I was trying to just grapple, but it's MMA. I have to make damage on people, so I'm working on my ground and pound. But the main thing is change my mentality, and I have been changing my mentality just to win. I just care about the win. So fuck what everybody say. Fuck if people say Jalin is better than me. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Who knows? We're gonna find out UFC 300. And one thing is for sure. Moicano wants money, and I'm finishing him on the first.
Let's fucking go. That's excellent.
Let's go, Moicano. Thanks for coming on today, brother.
Thank you so much again, and thank you so much for the NFT. I am a huge advocate of crypto. I think crypto takes the power of the government to lose your money. They cannot inflate crypto. They cannot destroy crypto. Crypto is the best way to keep your assets outside the legacy system, economic system. So Bitcoin is exploding, and that shit is going to be the future. So shoot out to the Kampai, NFT, and crypto projects. Okay, thank you so much.
Episode 26 of Overdogs Podcast. We missed out on Ice Bags tonight, but he missed out on this. He missed out on Money Moicano and Platinum Mike Perry. Felt like we talked about some real shit tonight. Mag Malley in the house. Stay up, man, and get to the money.
This podcast episode was brought to you by Overdogs Bet. Sign up today for early beta access and free play at overdogsbet.com/beta.